If you're looking to make the move to the lower Alabama area, then you're going to want to stick around because I'm about to give you the top pros and cons to living right here in Foley. I'm Courtney Roberts with D.R. Horton Homes, and I am here in Roberts Cove. It is a hot July 90-degree day here. So we are in actually one of our available homes. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what it's like living as a local here in the coastal Alabama area. And I'm going to show you one of our floor plans, one of our most popular floor plans here. And because there is so much to love about our little coastal town, I'm going to start with one thing that you probably will not love. So we're going to start with con number 1, and that's the traffic. Because Foley is the last town that everyone traveling to our gorgeous Alabama beaches must pass through, we see all of the traffic. And I wish I could say that it was just in the summertime, but our area is becoming more of a year-round destination. So we do see it just as bad in the winter months as well. A good way to put it is everyone here has nowhere to be and all day to get there. Now, if I didn't scare you away, I will follow that up with a positive note and the reason behind the traffic. Pro number 1 is it is no secret that Foley is just down the road from the most gorgeous white sandy beaches in Alabama. That's right, we are right up the road from Gulf Shores, Orange Beach, and Fort Morgan. An estimated 6.5 million visitors traveled to the Alabama Gulf Coast last year, and Foley does offer you the opportunity to live right down the road from those beaches, but at an affordable price. And when it comes to affordability, that is on the pro list as well, because it is true that lower Alabama and Alabama itself is one of the top most affordable states to retire in. And in Foley itself, the home prices are much more affordable than in the areas of Gulf Shores and Orange Beach. In fact, we also build in Gulf Shores, and although it has a ton of reasons to live in Gulf Shores, if you don't have an exact reason to be there, maybe Foley is a good option for you. The exact same floor plan in Foley is quite a bit cheaper than the ones in Gulf Shores. That does bring me to my next con, is that you are in Foley, you are not in Gulf Shores or Orange Beach, so you do not get the beach parking pass. Sad face. So you do have to pay to park at our great beaches, which are just down the road, but we do have to pay to park at those beaches. The next con comes with one of the most common questions I get asked about. So this con is the hurricanes, and we do live along the Gulf Coast, so a hurricane is expected now and again. For the most part, we do just see wind and rainstorms. And my most common asked question is, do I need flood insurance? Are these in a flood zone? And the answer is no. Actually, none of our new communities are built in a flood zone. And speaking of insurance, I want to cover our next pro topic that involves insurance and our new construction homes. All of our homes are built to Gold Fortified standards. What that means is during the build process, your home is literally braced from the foundation to the roofing. You would have no idea as a home buyer because it is behind the drywall, so you can't see it from inside. But it is something that we do during our home build, and it does require a little bit more time and detail, and also a lot more third-party inspections. This extra security will give you peace of mind in any windstorm, but also will save you up to 50% on homeowners insurance every single year compared to a home that is not Gold Fortified. Insurance estimates for homes here in Roberts Cove range from $1,200 to $1,500 annually, just based on your floor plan. Our next con is the job market, and there's a couple of ways to view this. So although our residents here in Foley tend to consist of more full-time residents versus the beach towns nearby, a lot of the locals here do work in tourism-driven jobs. There isn't a large market for large corporate, higher-paying corporate salary jobs here. So many locals do work in the service industry, and although we are becoming more of a year-round area, In the winter months, it can be a little troubling for people who do rely on the service industry because we're not as busy in the summer. And when it comes to political viewpoints, I don't speak much on this, but I will say we are a red state, and we've all heard the term, let's not fix what's not broken. So down here, we love our views and opinions, and we really don't want somebody coming in and trying to change our ways and our ways of thinking. So I will leave it at that. Most people visiting here know about our beautiful beaches, but they don't know about other exciting outdoor areas here. And so Graham Creek is a Best of Baldwin Park winner, and it is located 2 miles off of Beach Express, so just 2 miles from here. The 600 acres of land is owned by the city of Foley. It features 10 miles of trails. There are handicap accessible boardwalks. There are kayak launches, archery, and disc golf. As I mentioned, in Roberts Cove, you are located right off of Beach Express. So you are on the east side of Beach Express, and you can take that straight down to the wharf. The wharf did just add a whole new expansion of shopping and dining areas. And of course, they have the amphitheater. So they do have some great artists coming here. We are also less than 2 miles from Owa, which has the city of Owa. So it has like restaurants, shopping, things like that. And then there's also an indoor water park, Tropic Falls. They have a really cool outdoor pool and a big screen TV. So you can hang out in the pool, and they do like evenings with fun movies playing. I love it. At Halloween, they play like Halloween movies. It's a lot of fun. And as I've mentioned, they are trying to bring in visitors year-round here. So a lot of the local attractions and spots have started offering year-round events. So even the city of Foley has a lot of events and festivals. They do the Mud Bugs and Margaritas Festival. Gulf Shores does the annual Shrimp Festival. And if you love outdoor sports, you are in the perfect spot. There's, of course, offshore fishing, there's golfing, archery, there's gardening clubs and tennis groups, ladies walking groups. There is something for everyone. And we are on our last phase of these larger floor plans. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about this home and walk you through it. This plan is called the Denton Floorplan. It is a 4-bed, 2-bathroom home. It is 2250 square feet. It is our most popular plan in Roberts Cove, and this is also the largest plan we build in any of our neighborhoods here in Foley. Right now it's priced in the $390 price range. We do have some amazing incentives and move-in packages. That does include interest rates, closing costs, things like washer, dryer, fridge, things to add on inside the home, even maybe a fenced-in yard. So I'm going to walk through, show you guys around, but you have got to call us, text us, shoot us over an email, because you do not want to miss out on this floor plan, this pricing, and the awesome incentives. So an option on some of our homes are these doors with the 3/4 light windows. I love that option because it does add some lighting into your entryway space. This one has a front porch. This floor plan does not always have a front porch. So if that is something that's very important to you, it can go either way. Some people need, and desire a front porch, completely understand, but you probably won't sit on it much. You're probably going to be on your back patio. But if you really want a front porch, we can go through and look at the houses that are going to be built or what I have available to see what I do have with a front porch. So we do have different options there for the looks of the front of your home. But right inside this one, you're going to have a really large open foyer entryway area. And then the way this is set up, it is a split floor plan. So your primary bedroom is going to be at the back of the home. And then your 3 bedrooms are going to be at the front of the home. So right off here to the right, you're going to have your first full bathroom. All of these homes in Roberts Cove are going to have the vinyl plank flooring throughout, no carpet. You're also going to see 9-foot ceilings and granite countertops, LED lighting, and the homes do come with a smart home package. So this is your first full bathroom. It's going to have this tub shower combo, double sink vanity. Not all of our plans in this price range offer a double sink vanity in your first bathroom. So I love that this one has that. There's also a linen closet in the bathroom behind the door. I think that's a really nice added touch, store all your towels and linens. And then we have 2 bedrooms at the front of the home that overlook your front yard area. I love to always mention that if you need a home office, I love using one of these rooms for that because I love to see my front yard. And then this is also where you're going to have your laundry room. Again, our homes do not come with a fridge, a washer, and a dryer, but we do have some option money. You guys have got to call, text, or send us an email to get in on these incentives right now because the option money, we actually have up to $15,000. So you can absolutely get a washer, dryer, and a fridge covered, even a fence and some closing costs with that much. All right, so through the foyer, it enters into your open living space. This is a humongous living space, and I love all the windows at the back of the home that overlook the backyard. I love this floor plan for if you want like a whole outdoor living space. I love this plan for that because I love outdoor entertaining. So I love having like a large patio, cooking area, hangout TV spot in the backyard, but I like being able to see it from inside my house. So I love if like people are outside, I can be in the living room and see what's going on out there. Maybe I'm nosy, I don't know. But this living space is huge. I love the large wall over here. If you have a humongous entertainment center, I hear this all the time. I have somebody that comes in and they're like, I have a huge entertainment center. I need a house that fits it. Because, right, we buy our house according to the furniture we already own. We don't buy new furniture when we buy a new house or anything. Out with the old and with the new, we don't do that. So they always need a really large wall for the entertainment center. This is the one for you. Not only that, but then you have this fun little nook over here to the side. I say little, it is not little. There's plenty of room to have some large bookcases. I was telling somebody the other day, even if you wanted like a 2 or 4 person breakfast table, like the bar hike breakfast tables, this is a great spot for that. You have plenty of room for that. Also, like a conversation set would look really neat here. So lots of room. If you've got somebody in the family that's dying to have one of the big old comfy sectionals, you got plenty of room for it in this one. And then we make our way over to the kitchen space. The kitchen space here does overlook your living space. So I love that part of that because if you're in here cooking and it's game day, you can see your TV. If everybody's hanging out at the bar, you can see what you got going on the TV, if it's your favorite series. If anybody over there is loving Love Island right now, it's like a huge hit. So if you're watching Love Island, everybody's around eating pizza, you can totally be in your kitchen space and see what's going on in your living room area. These are the granite countertops. There's plenty of room here for 4 bar stools. And again, our kitchen is going to come with your microwave, your oven and stove, and your stainless steel dishwasher. Doesn't come with a fridge. Y'all need to call us because we can get that added in right now. We have some Your Way money for that. And then you do have a large walk-in pantry. Large dining space area. Could absolutely have a 6-person table. If you wanted a china cabinet, you've got plenty of room for that. And speaking of your kitchen space, so when it comes to dining and restaurants in Foley, Foley is going to have more of your chain restaurants, but also a mix of your locally owned restaurants as well. So you're going to have your Chick-fil-A's here in Foley, Texas Roadhouse. So any of those like chain restaurant franchises, you're going to have a lot of that in Foley, whereas in our surrounding areas, especially Gulf Shores, Orange Beach, you're going to have more locally owned. You'll have that in Foley as well, but Foley has a mix of both, whereas you don't see a lot of chain franchise restaurants in Gulf Shores and Orange Beach. Honestly, you don't see much besides seafood. So as far as like what is available down here, you've got a full mix of everything in Foley. And then off to the back corner, I want you guys to check out this primary suite with the attached bathroom. I love the walk-in shower and the bath soaking tub, but also the large closet and the separate water closet. So in this price point, this is something to keep in mind. In this price point, you know how I mentioned in your main bathroom, you don't always see a double sink vanity. You also don't always see a water closet, a separate toilet closet in your master. You don't always see that. But in this floor plan, you do. So in your master attached bathroom, you're going to have a double sink vanity, granted, of course, a walk-in shower, glass doors, a soaking tub, separate water closet, large walk-in clothes closet. You have all of the good things in here. This is an amazing layout for a bathroom. And if you need extra storage, there's plenty of room in this closet to put your Christmas tree, okay? And now, our homes do not come with ceiling fans, but they are already blocked. So if you see the white disc in the middle of your room, it is already blocked, ready for you to add a ceiling fan after closing. Super easy to do. We don't offer that. You wouldn't want us to do that. Just do it afterwards, because that way you can pick your ceiling fan. You may want a white one or a silver one or something that matches your flooring. So super easy to do that afterwards. But when you look up and you're like, what is that block? That's what that is. But it is nice that they have already got the block there ready for you. Super easy to add in. And it even, all of our rooms even have the extra light switch to wire in the ceiling fan to its own switch. Something new we have added to our homes is the trim packages. So in this one, you're going to see the Cove molding. So this is the coastal trim package. We also have a traditional trim package, which is your traditional crown molding. So there's two options there. The traditional does come with the home. The coastal Cove molding is a little bit extra, but it is in the price of the home. Okay, so next I want to show you the patio space outside, because if you're like me, I'm a big outside girly. I love to have people over and host and entertain on my back patio. This floor plan has what I like to call the double patio. So it is the extra large size. It is literally two of our smaller plan patios. Plenty of space here to have you an outdoor kitchen and a sectional. It is already pre-wired for hanging a TV on the wall. And then, of course, you can always add you a path to a fire pit area. Maybe you wanted a pool. There's plenty of room in here in this yard to have a pool. Now, each lot does vary. So if you are wanting to add a pool, please let us know ahead of time so that we can specifically look for the plan you want on the lot that can fit a pool. Now, if you're going for the incentives, that might be a little hard, so you may have to give us some time because we're working off what we have available at the moment. But especially if you're a cash buyer and you want a certain exact lot looking for a certain size for a pool, let us know so we can look for that for you. And now, in some neighborhoods in Foley, we do build smaller plans, honestly, even some larger plans with one-car garages. But here in Roberts Cove, every home is going to have a two-car attached garage. The garage is about 20 feet by 20 feet in size, and this is also where you're going to find your water heater, your attic access, and your electric panel. All of our homes in Roberts Cove are fully electric. That comes as a major shock to a lot of people. But honestly, it is just not common to find homes down here with gas. Just a lot of people don't build them that way. We don't have a lot of power outages. We don't ever really have a lot of storms. I'm not going to say never because it may happen. But we don't ever have a lot of storms that cause power issues. So we don't have a lot of power outages. And I feel like in some northern areas, that's a lot of times why people do have gas. I know that a lot of people say, I'm used to cooking on gas. I love gas. Look, I grew up cooking on gas too. But after moving here, I don't even know the difference at this point. But you can always add in an outdoor kitchen, which if you're like us, we cook outside at our outdoor kitchen more than inside. So you can always add in an outdoor kitchen and add you a gas cooktop outside. And let's be honest, most of us cook in the air fryer most of the time anyway. And you'll enjoy eating out here, the great restaurants, the seafood, all the things being so close to Foley. You're going to enjoy that a lot as well too. So when you come visit and you buy a whole bunch of groceries, just notice how much of that you actually use while you're here, because it will be the same exact way when you live here, coming from a local. Most communities that we build do have an HOA, and of course, an HOA here, I feel like they are not like HOAs in other areas. I hear a lot of people that come down to visit, look at homes. They're strictly against having an HOA because where they're from, the HOAs were pretty strict on what you can and can't do with your home. So for the most part here, I normally just tell people if you're going to do something drastic to the exterior of your home, let them know. Just let them know about it, because if you get to doing something and a neighbor is like, what are they doing over there? That way your HOA is notified of that. So the HOA in Roberts Cove is just under $100 a month. And in Roberts Cove, we do have a pool, a gym. My favorite part is the common space here. So when I think of a community where people are out walking around, walking dogs, kiddos running around, this is the community. I have a sweet lady that rides her tricycle bike around the neighborhood. But this is the community that it reminds me of. It's got great sidewalks. The common space all around the fountain is beautiful. Some benches all throughout the neighborhood. And then you do have the large zero entry pool and a gym. This is our only community in South Baldwin County that has both a pool and a gym. So if you're looking for those amenities, this is the only community, but we do have other communities with a pool. So we do have options there. But if you're looking for the pool and the gym, this is the one. You need to let us know so that we can definitely show them to you.
All right, that's a wrap on today's tour. What did y'all think? Is this the perfect spot for your next home?
If you're ready to schedule a tour or have any questions whatsoever, call us today. We are the #1 relocation team in all of Lower Alabama.
Now to learn more about moving to Lower Alabama, watch this next video.